But P. Diddy.
About P. Diddy.
You went to one of his parties.
Yeah. Crazy party.
Cassie just made a bombshell announcement, and let's just say the timing is so interesting. Now, I'm not accusing her of pulling a publicity stunt, but her announcement that she's expecting baby number 3 with her husband Alex Fine comes at a time that's practically too perfect considering everything that's unfolding. You see, her announcement isn't just about a growing family, it's about a growing storm surrounding Diddy. And you know what they say, timing is everything. Cassie's pregnancy makes her a key figure in the ongoing legal drama that Diddy is facing. Now, I don't know if she meant to do this, but she's about to be the star witness in the upcoming trial. She's victim number 1 in the indictment. And you know what that means. She's going to be on the stand, likely starting May 5th. And guess what? She didn't even say how far along she is. So we're all left guessing. But here's the kicker. Can you imagine the sympathy card? The jury's going to be looking at a pregnant woman, clearly in a vulnerable moment of her life, as she takes the stand. It's going to hit them emotionally, no doubt. Cue the dramatic music. Will the jury feel sorry for her, or will it be a what's in the past should stay in the past kind of thing? The stakes are high, but let's not forget the bigger picture here. Diddy. His legal team is working overtime to drop some of the charges, and in a truly interesting move, they've filed a motion to dismiss count 3 of the indictment. This is the one involving the so-called Mann Act. Yeah, sounds old, right? Well, Diddy's defense is pretty bold. His team is claiming that the charges are racially motivated, saying that they're targeting him simply because he's a black man. It's like the weight of history is hanging over this entire case, and his lawyer is pulling out all the stops, saying this isn't just about Diddy, it's about a systematic pattern that goes way back, all the way to Chuck Berry and boxer Jack Johnson. So let's just say the defense is all in on this race argument. But the twist? Diddy's team isn't exactly denying everything. They're not even trying to say he didn't hire sex workers. Nope. Instead, they're trying to argue that everyone does it, and why should he be prosecuted for it? This is a play to the jury, like, hey, we're just living life, so why should we be punished for something everyone does? But will the everyone's doing it defense fly? That's a big question. This brings us to a legal nugget that might actually make your head spin: selective prosecution. Anthony Capazzo, a former federal prosecutor, breaks down this complex idea. In simple terms, it's when prosecutors go after someone because they're selectively targeting them for something they wouldn't pursue with other people. Can it work in Diddy's case? Well, Capazzo thinks it's a long shot. He points out that Diddy's legal team is focused only on the male escorts and kind of leaving out the 3 female victims mentioned in the indictment. Talk about a narrow defense strategy. The evidence in this case is thick, and it's getting messier by the second. Now, the real kicker in all of this? Even though the Mann Act was historically used in racist ways, it's been updated. The law now targets things like sex trafficking, not just general moral outrage from back in the day. So, is this a case of law and order catching up with a man who might have lived his life a little too freely? Or is this a case of racial injustice trying to crush a successful black man who's living the American dream? What's truly fascinating is the comparison to the O.J. Simpson case. Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, is practically channeling Johnny Cochran, arguing that this isn't just about what happened with the victims. It's about a pattern of targeting African-American men in power. That's a powerful narrative to sell to a jury, especially if the evidence isn't as strong as Diddy's defense team hopes it'll be. But one thing is certain, this case is going to be watched closely. So here we are in the final stretch before the trial. We're going to be hearing about the defense strategy, the charges, and of course, Cassie's testimony. The question remains, will Diddy's defense work, or will it fall flat in the face of strong evidence? There's a lot to unpack here, but one thing's for sure, this trial is going to be an absolute wild ride. Now, I want to know what you think. Is Diddy really being unfairly targeted? Or is this just him trying to escape the consequences of his actions? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're not already, subscribe to keep up with all the updates. Trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next. Like this video if you're ready for a courtroom drama that's about to get real, and let's talk about it all.